What's up everyone, Darkblade here bringing you a new series called Build My Pokemonz, where we take a look at some of my favourite Pokemon and talk about my favourite builds for them. Now, as with most games, there is no right or wrong way to build Pokemon, as they can have multiple builds for competitive play. In this series, we're just going to focus on the builds that I use or that I find fun. Today we're kicking off the series by checking out the fiery monkey known as Infernape. Infernape is a dual type Pokemon, he's fire and fighting, and he was introduced in Diamond and Pearl. Now we're going to kick it off by talking about the IVs, the individual values of Infernape. I tend to steer towards attack and speed. Of course, if you are able to get him with 5 IVs, then you're sitting good. Special attack IV is the only one you don't really need to focus on with the build I'm going for. With the EVs or effort values, you want to train Infernape to max out attack and speed. The remaining few points you can put in HP. Now, as for the moves, Infernape has a fairly large move pool. The 4 moves I focus on are Close Combat, for some insane fighting type damage. It's also a stab damage move for Infernape. Stab stands for same type attack bonus, which means if you use a move that is the same type as your Pokemon, then you'll have added damage to that move. The only real trouble with Close Combat is that after using it you are left vulnerable thanks to the fact that it reduces your defense and special defense. One trick to counter this is to switch out though, so switching out after Close Combat really helps by resetting the defense reductions. Close Combat is learnt by leveling up with Infernape. Next I take Flare Blitz, another strong fire stab damage ability for Infernape. Now this does some nice fire damage, but has a flaw by causing damage to the user. It has recoil damage. Sometimes, however, the recoil damage is worth it when compared to the amount of damage you can do with Flare Blitz. Flare Blitz has an added bonus that it may leave targets burnt as well, if you're lucky enough. Flare Blitz again can be learnt by leveling up with Infernape. Next I take U-Turn. This bug type ability will allow Infernape to switch out to a more defensive Pokemon if you come across a mismatching Pokemon in battle. The damage is not massive from U-Turn, but allows for some tactical switching with added damage. U-Turn is learnt from TM89. Lastly, I take Stone Edge, a strong rock move that gives Infernape some type coverage. This will allow Infernape to do some nice damage to Pokemon he might normally be weak against, if you're able to hit with Stone Edge of course, as it only has 80% accuracy. There is a high chance to crit with this ability too. Stone Edge is learnt from TM71. Alternative moves you could learn with Infernape are Swords Dance to get increased attack, although Swords Dance won't be as useful if you're using an item like Choice Band. Also Mach Punch could be good for a priority move. Power Up Punch is another option you could go for, as it increases your attack with each punch. Infernape's abilities are not as vital as other Pokemon out there. As a result, I'm running with Blaze to power up my fire type moves when I'm low on health. His hidden ability Iron Fist would mean his punching moves are 20% stronger and thus would probably benefit from a different move pool than I'm using here. For Infernape's nature, I would go for a Jolly or Adamant nature. I went for Jolly for increased speed. Lastly, as for the item, I went for the Choice Band. This locks your Pokemon into a set move, so pick wisely which move you're going to use. You need to switch out again in order to use a different move, but as a result your physical moves are 1.5 times stronger. I would take a strong defensive or special defensive Pokemon to back up Infernape when you need to switch out when faced with a Pokemon who is strong against Infernape. Overall, Infernape is a strong Pokemon that can dish out a lot of damage to all Pokemon types thanks to his moveset. You will be able to do neutral damage or super effective damage against every Pokemon. No Pokemon will be resistant to you. Of course, you really have to be wary of the Choice Band. It will destroy most opponents in 1 or 2 hits, but locks you into a move, so be ready to switch out. Lastly, Infernape can be outspared, so be aware of this as he does not have the greatest amount of health or defenses. If hit with a super effective move, there's a high chance that he will go down. That being said, Infernape is a very good choice for your physical attacker in your team due to his high attack and high speed. Anyway, I've been Darkblade bringing you my Build My Pokemonz guide to Infernape. Hope you enjoyed the video, thanks for watching, subscribe and like for more.